Let's kick off this explainer with a massive, almost impossible question. What does it really take to map out a country's entire economic and technological landscape half a century into the future? Today, we're diving into a genuinely fascinating piece of academic research that attempts to do exactly that for the nation of Malaysia. Back in the 1950s, people were completely obsessed with the idea of this wild, automated future. They were dreaming of flying cars, atomic-powered vehicles, and an entirely hands-free homes. And hey, while we are definitely still waiting on those flying cars, today's academic models give us a highly structured, fiercely data-driven glimpse into what the reality of the year 2070 might actually look like. So, welcome to our explainer on the visualization of Malaysia in 2070, or MY 2070. We're going to take a really dense, deeply researched economic modeling paper and translate it into a captivating journey. We'll look at exactly how a nation plans to leap from its current state right into a fully integrated high-tech future. Here is the roadmap for our explainer today. We're breaking this down into 5 distinct chapters: Envisioning MY 2070, the technological evolution, the formula for growth, pillars of tomorrow, and finally, the human element. Let's get right into it. Starting with Chapter 1, Envisioning MY 2070, the blueprint for a technological future. So, what's actually holding up this ambitious vision? Well, it essentially comes down to 3 interlocking theories that form the structural backbone of Malaysia's future development. First, we have digital economic theory, which is all about transforming traditional legacy industries into highly efficient tech-driven sectors. Then there's smart city theory, which utilizes the Internet of Things, AI, and smart grids to fundamentally improve urban living. And finally, technology innovation theory. This dictates that continuous research and development is the ultimate driver of true economic competitiveness. These aren't just corporate buzzwords. In the source material, these are the mandatory pillars for survival in the future global market. Moving on to Chapter 2, the technological evolution, from colonial extraction to Industry 4.0. To really understand where we're headed, we have to look at where we've been. Think about the historical trajectory here. Before 1957, during the colonial era, technology was incredibly narrow, mostly focused on extracting tin and farming rubber. Then came the post-1957 industrialization era, which brought this massive surge in electronics and vehicle assembly. Fast forward to the 1990s, and we see the multimedia supercorridor, an early push to build a society totally grounded in information. More recently, 2018 brought the Industry 4.0 initiative pushing for smart factories, and 2021 launched My Digital to help bridge the digital divide. Just look at that progression. It's a steady, relentless climb up the technological ladder. And the contrast here is night and day. The old model meant exporting raw goods, relying heavily on foreign knowledge, and building narrow infrastructure just for extraction. But the future MY 2070 model demands a massive pivot. The absolute goal is transitioning from being a mere consumer of digital products to a sovereign producer of homegrown innovation and smart factory intellectual property. It's about owning the technology, not just renting it. Which brings us to Chapter 3, the formula for growth, unpacking the economic engine. Now, to prove this will actually work, the researchers use a concept called endogenous technological progress. Sounds like dry academia, I know, but think of this as the secret formula of the entire model. It assumes the technological progress isn't just some random outside force that happens to you. Instead, it's driven internally by strategic investments, specifically in R&D, digital adoption, and cybersecurity resilience. Basically, if you invest heavily in your own people and your digital systems, it mathematically forces your GDP to rise. Let's look at the absolute core engine of this plan. Traditional capital and labor are the baseline fuel, sure, but these specific tech variables, they are the turbochargers. YT represents the final real GDP, but look at what actually drives it. DT, the digital infrastructure. CT, cybersecurity acting as a literal shield to mitigate risk. ST, sustainability tech, reducing long-term energy costs. And RT, reskilling to actively enhance human labor. These are the specific dials the government has to turn to reach their 2070 goals. Okay, don't let this massive equation scare you off. Yes, it's a complex, modified Cobb-Douglas economic formula. But the main takeaway is actually super straightforward. It proves exactly how these variables interact. The Technology Composite Index, which bundles digital infrastructure, AI growth, and sustainability tech together, literally multiplies the overall economic output. It's not just additive, it's exponential. AI and digital infrastructure drive the short and medium-term productivity, while sustainability tech fundamentally secures the long term.
That takes us to Chapter 4, Pillars of Tomorrow, diving into AI, smart cities, and sustainability.
Because all this AI and smart infrastructure, it's not just going to sit in some dark server room somewhere. It's going to be actively managing the physical world around us. We're talking about smart traffic systems adjusting automatically in real time to reduce congestion, AI-powered healthcare stepping in for incredibly accurate rapid disease diagnosis. We're looking at renewable energy grids optimizing electricity, automated manufacturing slashing downtime using predictive maintenance, and digital governance platforms streamlining everything from taxation to public services. It is a completely, fully integrated ecosystem.
But here's the catch. Rapid manufacturing and automation can be absolutely brutal on the ecology. That is where sustainability tech, guided by the National Energy Transition Roadmap, has to intervene. We are looking at major focus areas in solar and renewable energy, smart grids, electric vehicles, bioenergy, and carbon capture. The model mathematically proves that economic growth in 2070 must be perfectly balanced with these green interventions. Otherwise, systemic failure is practically guaranteed due to environmental collapse.
And finally, Chapter 5, the human element, looking at cybersecurity and reskilling.
30,000. That is a massive number, right? Well, that is the specific, staggering target of cybersecurity experts Malaysia aims to train by 2030. According to the research, cyber attacks are becoming rampant, and as the entire nation moves its essential infrastructure onto digital networks, the risk of systemic disruption skyrockets. This human shield of 30,000 experts is an absolute non-negotiable requirement to protect this vulnerable new digital landscape and to maintain the confidence of foreign investors. But it's not just about keeping the hackers out. It's about real people and their jobs. Automation is absolutely coming for repetitive, low-skilled work. Because of this, the economic model mathematically forces government investment into reskilling. Education simply must adapt to prepare workers for fields like data science, robotics, and AI management. If it doesn't, the researchers warn of widening social divides and massive, sweeping inequality. At the end of the day, the technology serves literally no purpose if the human workforce is left behind. So when you pull all this together, you get the ultimate prototype for MY 2070. It's an intensely connected network where advanced city systems, green tech, and digital infrastructure are completely reliant on each other. Think of it like a chain where every single link relies on the strength and readiness of the others. If education lags behind, the AI fails. If cybersecurity fails, the smart cities collapse. It's a true all-or-nothing leap into the future.
The math works, but the real-world execution is entirely dependent on balanced human application. So I want to leave you with this one vital question to chew on as we wrap up this explainer. As we build these incredible interconnected networks, will our technological future move forward equally for everyone? Or will the ruthless pace of rapid automation leave our most vulnerable communities behind? It is the ultimate test of Y2070. Thanks so much for joining me, and keep questioning the future.